What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we'll be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Chainlink to BTC. We'll also be looking at the coin market cap. But more specifically, I want to talk about Litecoin. Very much so Litecoin in today's episode. There has been a ton of crazy stuff revolving around Litecoin in the past couple of days, and I really want to talk about that. More so, what are we looking at today? Well, Litecoin has just broken $127 off a major retracement from its 140 level, and we're practically back up to it, which was a huge buying opportunity that I did, indulge in, and I do want to explain what that was in a second. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's jump right into today's episode. So as you guys can see, we're on the current coin market cap, and we have a Bitcoin dominance of 62.6%, a 24-hour volume of 91 billion, and a market cap of 341 billion. So quite interesting. 24-hour volume is obviously dying off. We're seeing market cap kind of consolidate a little bit higher, which is nice. And we're seeing Bitcoin dominance stay fairly the same where it was the past couple of days. Now, when we look at the top 10 cryptos, you'll notice that majority of them are in green, which is nice. 2 out of the 10 are in red, and you'll notice that out of this, only about only Litecoin is the one that's up. Litecoin's actually killing it, up 8%, while the other cryptos are like up maybe 1 to 2% max, which is okay, but for the most part, beautiful to see that Litecoin's killing it. We're back now in number 4th spot, and we are at $8 billion in market cap, which is freaking phenomenal all across the board. The markets are looking good. We're seeing consolidation. We're seeing, retracements to the upside. Like I said, and I'm really excited to talk about it. Obviously, Litecoin, I'm really excited to see what the market's doing. It has literally been going exactly according to plan. Like, everything that I've been saying has been mapped out. Even when we saw, Bitcoin and Ethereum and Chainlink break to the upside, Litecoin was still consolidating, and as you know, this channel is mainly focused on Litecoin. So to see Litecoin consolidate more and not, give in to the major Facebook, Libra, and all that mumbo jumbo drama that's been happening is awesome to see, because that means that our technical analysis has a greater value of holding true. And that's exactly what's happened. So you can see, and it's like so clear. It's been so crystal clear. This is all based on previous history for those of you who got involved in the market. We saw that we were retesting 140, and I said this is a horrible buy zone for me. It's terrible. We're way too close to being overbought. There's no way we're going to break through 140 when we're still in this ascending triangle, and that's exactly what we did. We actually retraced, and I said, and you can quote me on this by looking at my previous videos, that if we were to retrace, the previous lows that we would hit would most likely be the top of our support, the top of the ascending wedge that we've been trading in since December of 2018. And that is exactly what we did. So we retraced all the way back down and hit a level at $113. And what's cool is there's something called the ripple effect, and I want to explain that in terms of market. And I've seen this more so in cryptocurrency than I have with stocks. I don't really focus on stocks. It may be something I open up to the channel, but I don't know. Until then, the ripple effect is kind of like a basketball. If you take a basketball and you slam it on the floor really hard, it bounces up really high the first time. Then the second time it's a little bit lower. The third time it's a little bit lower. The fourth time it's a little smaller. But you know that right off an immediate hard bounce, we expect to see a major bump to the upside right off that. That is exactly what Litecoin just did. It's a beautiful analysis, and that's exactly what we just saw. So not only did we tank it all the way down to 36 on the RSI, but immediately after that, we broke to the upside, breaking 2 resistance levels or previous resistance levels, indicating a much stronger market that we're in. So to see this nice bounce, I said buying opportunity was 112, 113, and we're already at 127. So that's more than $15 per cryptocurrency, per Litecoin that you own, which, considering it's $100, it was $112, you made $15 per coin, you could have made quite a penny on that jump. So beautiful to see that this retracement happened. We bought in down here. Now we're starting to consolidate back up. We were anticipating this retracement. It was very obvious. This is a very textbook, move. We had our resistance at the top. We had our bottom support. We hit it directly on the head and are starting to retrace back up. So for anyone that says technical analysis is phony baloney, somebody, in the comments, please explain to me what this was then. It's not a coincidence, the fact that we've been trading this, and I've been so gung-ho and, 100% on the fact that this is an ascending triangle, an ascending wedge that has been, in place within Litecoin, and the fact that we've been trading on it and following pursuit and pretty much, closing the doors and guaranteeing that these are the predicted prices, and then we hit it. explains that, technical analysis is something to be used. And even if technical analysis, for whatever reason, isn't, whatever we're doing right now is working, so I'm not going to complain. So we hit the bottom right there. We're starting to retrace back up. Now, in terms of more long-term, consolidation, the halving's coming up. I know a lot of people are getting worried, buy the rumor, sell the news. Are we going to see a pump? Are we going to see a dump? It's very hard to predict, and I can't make that judgment there because I don't feel comfortable telling you which way we're going to shoot when I don't have the confidence in it myself to let you guys know. It's way too early, which I know is crazy. It's a month away. Way too early to give that prediction, but now what I'm anticipating is either movement like this. We could see another movement back up to 140. Obviously, I would take profits here, but it's up to you what you guys would do. I would personally be taking profits up here. And then we could, again, once see a retracement back down to 126. This will be towards the end of July. You can see another one up here. And then we can see that major, bearish move or the major bullish move as we come closer to that price level. So all in all, I am quite surprised, and actually not even surprised. I'm very happy that we saw a major boom to the upside right off of that bounce. That major retracement, saw the bounce, and now we're trading right back up. It's beautiful. It was so well played out, and I think, it's so much less to come. There's so much more to come. I apologize. Mainly because, this is just short-term analysis. We're looking at this a day to day, which is, really over-analyzing things, but, it's still, there is profit to make in here. If you want to be new and you don't feel comfortable just dumping everything in and then forgetting about it. But long term, I think we look really good on Litecoin. We've been in this bull market for, I think, 5 or 6 months now. We're doing absolutely amazing. And I think long term, the future is bright. As for retesting all-time highs at $400, I'm going to keep my mouth closed because I think there's less media around that. So there's less, FOMO buying in to push the price up. But if we see another retest of $200, it could easily spark something. All we need is the media to chime back in, influence the market, and we could see a major bull run to the upside. Now to move on to Litecoin, moving on from Litecoin to Bitcoin, you'll notice Bitcoin's having a different, exchange of events. You'll notice Litecoin is much lower on the RSI compared to Bitcoin, Bitcoin being much higher up, now back at overbought. I think there's a lot more room for retracement within Bitcoin. Obviously, we can still pump higher. This was totally, for the most part, unpredicted. I'd say right about here was very unpredictable to see this major retracement. And major uptrend, the swing to the upside. And you can see right now we're having a little bit of issues up at this zone, indicating a retracement is kind of necessary for this market. But, if FOMO goes back into this Bitcoin, we could easily see the price swing to the upside once again. But if we do that instead, we will most definitely see a very sharp retracement like we saw previously. So I'm going to keep a very close eye out on this. Yeah, there is some sort of, very unrealistic uptrend right here, but I don't know whether or not that's going to hold on. So I'm just going to, not make that prediction right now. But now to move on to Ethereum, and then we'll wrap things up with Chainlink to BTC. You notice Ethereum is having a beautiful uptrend that's starting to form. A little more on the higher side of things, compared to this previous one right here, which was much easier to track. And, if we did that long term, would have been amazing. This one's a little more unlikely to continue, mainly because of how steep it is. This is on a straight 45-degree angle. And you'll notice we're having, issues. We did retest here. It was acting as a resistance. We broke above it, acting as a support now. And you'll notice we're kind of in this channel right here. We're going to probably consolidate out. We do look semi-okay on the RSI, trading at 57, and we're going to most likely see some more consolidation before we see any sort of major bull run. I think the market does need, for the most part, consolidation. Litecoin is completely independent from this, doing whatever it wants, which is awesome because the charting is doing such a great job indicating where the prices is going. But I do think with Bitcoin and Ethereum, consolidation is needed. Ethereum a little less than Bitcoin, but they both do need to pull back down ever some. Now, lastly, to wrap up the episode, we're going to talk about Chainlink to BTC. Holy shit. Wow. I'm not even sure what to say. This was very unpredictable. Looked a lot bigger when I had it closer up, but Chainlink is exploding. How much is Chainlink up, guys? That is wild. I was not expecting to see such major movement to the upside within Chainlink. You'll notice, let's see as I pull this chart up, Chainlink is up a total of 80% today, which is absolutely phenomenal. It seems like a coin not to mess around with, up 80%, major volume coming into this market. Obviously, I am anticipating some sort of retracement back down to the, to the downside. honestly, very hard to predict this. I'm trying to find if there's any sort of, maybe ascending triangle forming here. It just didn't seem likely. I'm actually quite surprised. The thing with Chainlink is it hasn't had previous, this is an all-time high for this coin. Like, it's never been to this price level ever. So it's very hard to predict, whether ascending triangles, ascending wedges are forming, because there's no previous history to explain that. But to see a major bull run, I mean, the only indicator we had was the fact that we saw a retracement back down to this bottom support, and then we topped off right here. We retested here. We're back at 50 on the RSI. There was room to move up, but nobody could have expected an 80% jump. I mean, that's absolutely phenomenal. I'm sure Kaluma is very happy for that. But if you guys if you partaked in this Chainlink, phenomenon and bull run, please let me know down in the comments down below how you figured that one out. But otherwise, that's going to sum up today's episode. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notification. We'll do a giveaway at probably 15K or 20K, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.